Good to see you. Glad you came by. Good.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We're going to get started. If you're able to, please turn off your cell phones. We are going to call up the divine with our spiritual vessel, our hearts, our souls, our minds. And we're blessed to be here in community. We are small tonight, but mighty. Thank you so much to Jeremy and Daniela and everybody who worked so hard to have this fabulous meal that we had, our corned beef and cabbage and salmon dinner. We missed some of you. And we're thrilled to have on the bima Alicia and Veronica, our two newest additions to the synagogue. We're thrilled to have them up here. And Heather and Jeremy are going to come lead Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad with me, page 128. And then Crystal, our sisterhood president, maybe she'll think about lighting the candles for Shabbat. She's back from Colorado. So we welcome in the Sabbath with the psalm of gratitude for being brothers and sisters who share this planet together, and maybe by our singing it, we will manifest energy to make that be so, because we are all brothers and sisters, and we all are one humanity. Jeremy and Heather. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Ya la la, ya la 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 la. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Ya la la, ya la 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 la. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Thank you to Jeremy and Heather. Jeremy is our EVP and head of hospitality, and Heather is lending us her operatic cantorial soloist moments as she continues to grow in her voice and in her mission. So now, Crystal, will you please come forward and kindle the lights of Shabbat? Crystal is the head of Sisterhood. She spends half of the year pretty much in Colorado, and we're so glad you're back. And her daughter, Sierra, is married and building a house in Canada. And so it's just so great to have you here. Actually, tell them what Sierra's been doing, because we have Katie and Deborah in the house, and tell them what she's been up to.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Sierra got her master's in student counseling last year, and then her husband flew down from Canada to come to that graduation. And then they drove back, and she got a job. You'd think in student counseling, at least it's counseling, but she got a good job with the Alzheimer's Association. And it's completely online. She lives in a very tiny French-Canadian town up there in Canada on the top of a mountain. But she can do everything from her home. So she's basically a call-in person, and she counsels people, caregivers and family members of Alzheimer's patients. And she really enjoys the job very much.
That's because she spent too much time here.
Yeah.
We got her used to the older, young at heart people.
Anyway, she's doing well.
Thank you so much for sharing that. We're glad you're back. And and can you tell us when is the Sisterhood meeting? Because I won't know the date.
Yes. The meeting is this coming Tuesday, the 25th of March, 5 o'clock, here at the synagogue. And I'm also going to attempt at least to do a Zoom as well for some people who can't come. But we are going to have in-person.
Thank you. Okay. And there will be a Sisterhood lay-led Shabbat service for the third Friday in May. May 16th. Looking forward to that. So the candle blessing can be found on page 120. 2 candlesticks representing divine partnership. And we make the 3 circles, bringing that light into our soul, creating order out of the chaos. And there is so much chaos. So may the light that we kindle illumine the world. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Turn to someone next to you and say Shabbat Shalom, or Shabbat Shalom, make a new friend. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Be careful. You might want to go this way. Now, we did say this would be an abbreviated service this evening because some of us are going. Quinn, who sings with us, and his mom, Erica, they are involved at El Camino College and the Beethoven's 9th? Whatever. They're over there doing that symphony, and we're going to go over there and support them. So those that want to stay here for a lengthy, nice little oneg can do that. Jeremy and Dan and Harriet will be leading that. And those of you that might need a ride or that want to go to El Camino College, it is free. I will be taking people over there. As you can see, if you're on the live stream, we drive on Shabbat. Yes, we do. So we're going to go right to L'chai Dodi on page 138, verses 1, 5, and 9. And we rise and face the door in verse 9. Welcome in the Sabbath bride. Come on, you guys, you can make a little noise. L'chai Dodi, l'chai kala, p'nei Shabbat nekavala. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'ribur echad, Hishmiyanu el hamichad, Adonai echad u'Shemo echad, L'Shem l'Tiferet v'Litehila l'Chai Dodi, l'chai kala, p'nei Shabbat nekavala. L'chai Dodi, likrat kala, Tanei, Shabbat Nekabala, verse 5. Hitoreri, Kiva Orakmi Ori, Ori, Shidaberi, Keva Adonai, like la 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 la, Hadopi, likrat kala, Tanei, Shabbat Nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala Tanei Shabbat netabala. Verse 9. B'wi v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha v'sohla Tachamene hamsilula V'richala Doti, likrat kala, Tanei Shabbat nekabala. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, Tanei Shabbat nekabala. Tanei Shabbat nekabala. Tanei Shabbat nekabala. Please be seated. And now if you'll turn to page 144 for the Hatzi Kaddish as we prepare for the call to worship, the Baruch Hu, bottom of page 145. Entrances to holiness are everywhere, and the possibility of ascent is all the time. Even at unlikely times and through unlikely places, there is no place on earth without the presence. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabba v'yalmad yivrach yirutei v'yamlik malchutei v'chayechon v'yom echon v'chayedecho beit Yisrael v'agala uvizmahan kadri v'imru. Yehi shemei Rabba mevarach le'alam lo me'amaya. Yitmarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yinaseh v'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithadlah shemei dekudashah le'elam min kol verchata v'shirata tishbechata v'nechemata da'amiran ve'alma v'yimeru. Amen. The Baruch Hu on page 146. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Please be seated. And now our evening prayer on page 148. Our Ma'ariv Aravim, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, b'chokhmah poteach she'arim, u'bivuna meshaneh itim u'machalif et hazmanim, u'misader et hakochavim, v'mishmerotehem barapi et yirtzono, b'rayom v'layla, b'leil or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or, u'mavir yom, u'mevih layla, u'mavdil ben yom u'vein layla. Adonai Sevaot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimlo Koleinu Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hamari V'Aravim. And we're going to go right to the Shema. And as we do this Shema, think to yourselves as you take that breath in, what does it mean to be connected to that divine spirit within you? That voice, we want to quiet out the noise. And there's so much noise right now in life. How many are experiencing the chaos of Mercury retrograde, all of the communications and conversations and telephone calls and mechanical things breaking. All of life is just a mess. How many are experiencing that? I feel you at home too. So we're going to center ourselves with the Shema. We're going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And if you want to sit or stand, however you can create that cocoon of divine spirit around you and within you, please do. Another deep breath in and a deep breath out. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Adonai Echad. Adonai Echad. And now on page 154, the Vayakhel. So, we are so blessed, Lador Vador, from generation, to pass our love of Judaism on and forward. We just had the beautiful baby naming of Harriet's great-grandchild on Saturday, and so last Shabbat. And so now we recognize that we're going to carry this light forward as we welcome up later in the service one of our other wonderful young ones that have grown up and has devoted her life to Judaism and the pursuit of forwarding the love of Adonai to children. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzetiyechem, Me'eretz Mizrayim, Lihyot Lachem Lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet. And now we have our Micha Mocha. Let's read on the top, page 157. Are we going to have some dancers in here today? No? Okay, just shake your tushies and your views there. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught. Before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. Yes, that there is a better place, a promised land. And that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, and that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together, yad b'yad, Micha Mocha, page 158. Sonny, you want to dance? Thank you, Sonny, for shaking it, bringing that love for Adonai. So now, if you will turn to page 162, we're going to do the Finkelstein V'Shamaru. V'Shamaru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asor et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Everyone! V'Shamaru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asor et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. V'ni u'vein b'nei Yisrael, v'ni u'vein b'nei Yisrael, od hi le'olam, od hi le'olam. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asor et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheishet yamim, ki sheishet yamim, asa Adonai et Hashemayim ben haaretz v'shameru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asor et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. U'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat Vayakhel nafash v'shameru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asor et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. If you're able to, please rise as the ark is open for the Amidah on page 174 and the following pages. Hanananananana Adonai, Hananananana Svatai Tiftach, Hananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Hananananana Adonai, Hananananana Svatai Tiftach, Hananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Adonai Svatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot v'Imaho, U'meviyu la Livnei v'Nehem, Leman Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Hakol atah, Rav leHoshia, Mashiv haruach u'Morid haGashem, Mecholkel Chayim bechesed, Mechayei metim berachamim rabim, Tzomech noflim ve'rofei cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha bal gevurot, U'midom elach, Melech memit u'mechayeh, u'matzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lechayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hametim, atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom, yahalalucha selah, Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. And now, if you'll turn to page 178, we have Shalom Rav, and we wish for an abundant peace, Rav, great abundant peace, Shalom, not only for Israel, but for our country and for countries all in peril around the world, and for people who need that sense of peace amidst all of the madness. And so our immediate past president, Marianne, is not here with us. She's just getting ready to leave for Yerushalayim to be with her daughter, Sasha, as she is going to be expecting. She's going to have her baby in a couple months. So we ask for a special blanket of peace over Israel so that they can all be safe over there. We ask that our hostages come home and that the forces in the world that like to create and dwell and feed off of chaos can just take a step back and take a deep breath and realize that peace is really what we all need to go forward in life. So close your eyes, say a private prayer of meditation to your own self or to the world, for the world on this Shabbat, that there will be a Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav. Tasim le'olam, Shalom Rav, HaYisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam, Ki Shalom. tasim le'olam. Shalom Rab, Yisrael Amcha, tasim le'olam. V'tov v'necha levarech et Amcha Yisrael v'chol ein v'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rab, Yisrael Amcha, tasim le'olam. Shalom Rab, Yisrael Amcha, tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Let us read together on the top of page 179. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai hamavarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Before we have our sermon, our parsha this Shabbat is Vayakhel. The two big main themes are the actual execution of the construction of the Mishkan and also the rules of Shabbat. Heather's going to come up and do the song for the parsha, which is about Shabbat. My sermon is not dwelling on Shabbat. We were supposed to be done by 7:15, but we just can't do a service in 45 minutes. It's just not possible. We're like an hour or plus kind of people. So anyway, we are here to enjoy Shabbat. We are not rushing. So she's going to sing about Shabbat. I do want to mention that the rules of Shabbat, especially if you're Orthodox, are all covered. And my daughter she published a book, and you can get it on Amazon. And it is about the rules of observing Shabbat with infants and toddlers when you are Orthodox. And so her synagogue, her shul, is giving a special luncheon for her tomorrow. And so she said to me, like, what am I going to talk about? And I said, Shabbat. You just wrote a book on it. You've got this, girl. So anyway, we're so grateful. And Heather's going to lend her beautiful voice to this beautiful song on the Parsha.
Kindle no fires on Shabbat, Vayomer Moshe. This is God's commandment for Bnei Israel. Kindle no fires on Shabbat, Vayomer Moshe. This is God's commandment for Bnei Israel. 6 days of work, and on the seventh rest. To the children of Israel Moses said, keep the Sabbath holy day, for light and peace we pray. Kindle no fires on Shabbat, Vayomer Moshe. This is God's commandment for Bnei Israel. Vayakhel God's commandment for Bnei Israel. God's fire alone shall warm us on this day. To the children of Israel Moses said, the light of God this day will guide us on our way. Kindle no fires on Shabbat Vayakhel Moshe. This is God's commandment for Bnei Israel. Kindle no fires on Shabbat Vayakhel Moshe. This is God's commandment for Bnei Israel. Bnei Israel.
Thank you, Heather. Yasher Koach. Yeah, oh, it's one of her favorites so far. Okay. Every Shabbat we have a song that Heather sings that is related to the Parsha. And I give a sermon that's related to the Parsha. And I said last Shabbat it was going to be a really short one. Oh, well, I only write what is sent to me. And I want you to know, I struggled this Shabbat. I wrote 3 separate sermons. And this is what we have. So, Shabbat Shalom. Our Parsha this Shabbat, I already told you, what is it? Vayakhel. As we said, it's about Shabbat, but it also tells us about the building of the tabernacle, a second time. The first time we hear about that is in Parsha Terumah. However, this time it details the actual execution of the task. The Torah, as I always say, consistently parallels whatever is going on in our lives. So I ask myself with this Shabbat, why this Parsha? Why this Shabbat? On the surface, this Parsha is about the building of the physical dwelling for God to dwell amongst us. However, metaphysically, it is about so much more. And we all know I'm about the metaphysical. The fact that it comes around again a second time, detailing the task ahead, isn't an accident. It is now juxtaposed against Mercury retrograde, all those planets that we've had, the wrapping up cosmically of a year, and the rapidly approaching spiritual renewal available to us at the time of Passover, which it's hard to believe it's just in a few weeks. And that is actually the true start of our Judaic year. We are approaching a time of retrospection similar to the High Holy Days, as I said last Shabbat. At Yom Kippur, we hold the mirror up to ourselves, we look at ourselves, and we look within. At this time, coming out of Purim, as I said last Shabbat, we are holding up the mirror to reveal that which is hidden. At Passover, we have enormous energy available for redemption, renewal, and the restructuring of our lives. That which has enslaved us can be reckoned with, and the light of the divine is more accessible to help reorganize and realign our path forward with God's intention. So with our Parsha, we can look at it 2 ways. First is written strictly, outlining the details of construction, or metaphysically with the Kabbalistic perspective. On the material plane, this Parsha is all about the building of the Mishkan, the artistry, the artist, everything that was donated, and the work that was necessary to create the physical dwelling place for God. Maimonides, in the Guide for the Perplexed, says, most people are influenced by aesthetic considerations, which is why the sanctuary was designed to inspire admiration and awe. Why a continual light, the Ner Tamid, burned there, why the priestly robes were so impressive, why there was music in the form of the Levitical choir, and why incense was burned to cover up the smell of the sacrifices. In ancient times, the tabernacle and everything in it was meticulously crafted, manifested through donations brought by everyone. So now we switch from donating for the building of the calf, we just had that, to now donating for that which is sacred and holy. And yet we wandered with it. We created this wonderful thing, this beautiful holy tabernacle that we actually carried with us everywhere we journeyed. And it is said that it was about the size of our whole building. And yet, after the 2 temples were destroyed, physical dwelling places for God, we were meant to adjust and know that we carry Torah inside of us wherever we go. We were to know that the journey would be guided by the divine just as it was thousands of years ago. The Mishkan, its beautiful aesthetic, and all it represented would not have been possible without the sacrifice of the people, their selfless labor, and the generosity of spirit. Things are no different today than years gone by. The Mishkan is maintained through sacrifice, generosity of spirit, generosity of service, and yes, too, donation. If the money ceases to exist, so too does the Mishkan. If the people's devotion falters, so too does the Mishkan. This is happening to religious institutions around the world. COVID took its toll, but once everyone got used to streaming in their pajamas with a glass of wine, it's gotten a lot harder to support the physical dwelling place that is the Mishkan, Tefillah. Some worship places do really, really well when they're strategically located, while others struggle. The important thing is to remember that the original Mishkan journeyed with the people, and so too did God. The impermanence and change that is so true of life is more palpable than the structures that can burn down. It is the beauty of the soul and its inherent connection to the divine and its will to step out and dwell in community that is the real eternal flame that keeps burning. Whether within 4 walls or wandering in the wilderness, humanity will always need something to believe in that is greater than what the eye can see. We can be comforted by the artistic beauty that surrounds us, but real peace comes from within, and the knowledge that God is always with us, whether in the stillness within that we try to connect to as a Shema, or in the edifices that we construct. Our devotion, our generosity of spirit will be rewarded as long as we fight to stay aligned with that which is divine. Kabbalist Karen Berg presents this a different way. What we have in Vayakhel is an opportunity to renew and remember our spiritual process. It is a time to embrace life again, for we are soon due to repeat the cycle of the year once more. We come to the end of the year and we ask ourselves, are we still on our spiritual journey? Are we following our truth? The portion Vayakhel comes to awaken us to our dreams, our desires, and to remind us of our purpose in life. The portion accounts the contributions that the Israelites gave to the building of the tabernacle as well as its overall construction. However, metaphysically, it is about the building of our own spiritual internal vessels and our effort and our contribution towards that process, individually and collectively. We read for the second time about the building of the tabernacle. In Vayakhel, we rebuild the tabernacle to house the energy of the Creator and to build rebuild our own spiritual vessel, but without the negativity of the golden calf. We are blessed with the opportunity to continue forward with our spiritual elevation, but with a new and improved consciousness if we connect and allow ourselves. This week, we are able to rebuild again and redefine and reestablish our goals, distancing ourselves from negative energies and distraction. We are afforded the great gift to start again. Only this time, we have more focus and purity for our process for the coming year. Vayakhel is rebuilding and reestablishing our goals, our dreams, but with a more purified consciousness. We are able to remember and honor each of our own personal and collective truths. We are given the opportunity to reestablish our path and recommit to follow our voice within. So I asked, why this parsha on this Shabbat? The answer was just given. We are given the opportunity to reestablish our path and recommit to follow our voice within. So where does this voice lead us? In ancient times, we were freed from Egypt, and we wandered, following Moses and his voice and the voice of God. In current times, we're actually a little better off. We have more choice. Will we use the experience and the lessons gleaned from the voice of God, Moses, and our ancestors to guide us? Will we channel the energy available to us on this Shabbat and in the coming weeks as we approach Passover to recreate, rebuild, and reach for something new? Rebuilding and reestablishing with a more purified consciousness, without the negativity of the golden calf. Will we seize the opportunity that is given to us at this time to evaluate, recommit, and redefine? Can we be open to the possible new ways of constructing the sacred space we build for ourselves personally, spiritually, collectively, and for God? No matter what, it is our soul's journey, and as we approach the beginning of our actual new year, may the search inward reveal to us the path forward. May it be true for all of us. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May it be God's will. Shabbat Shalom. So, that being said, we move forward to a prayer for healing. And Katie is going to come up, Katie House. So, Katie was with me, us, back in the day, at the other place where she grew up. And she went on to study, learn the music, lead the music. And then I remember one time, I don't know if you remember this, you came to me and you said, I don't know if I can do this. And I said, if you can do this here, you can do this anywhere. Remember I said that? And then she did. She went to Chicago. And she was there for 10 years doing it. And now she's back doing it at Wilshire Boulevard as the principal of the religious school. So here, you can tell them a little bit about yourself, and then you can sing Minsha Berrigan.
Hi, I'm Katie. I just moved back after being gone for 10 years, and I am at Wilshire Boulevard Temple as the principal of the religious school, living in Hermosa Beach with my boyfriend. So I'm really glad to be back and out of the cold Chicago winters.
And here she is, back here with us. So she's going to help us pray for healing. So in your mind's eye, in your heart and your soul, think of people that need not only a physical healing, but a spiritual renewal, a boost of energy and blessing. So, Misha Barak. You guys can find it on page 371.
Misha Barak. Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Yasher Koach. I'm so proud of you. Aren't we all so proud of her? Everyone, please rise. We're going to bless Katie and everyone, each other, with the Birkat Kohanim. Now, wait, don't. I just want to say, in front of these Torah scrolls, may you be blessed as you've come back to spread your light back in California. And may all that you learned in Chicago give you the koyach and the strength and the ruach, the spirit, to bring light to Wilshire Boulevard. And I know that you will, and they're lucky to have you. And may the light of Torah flourish inside of you and radiate to the children that you lead. And may they be so blessed to follow in your example, as I am blessed that you have with me. So, okay, we're all going to bless one another with a Birkat Kohanim. Here, you can come up here. Everyone's going to come up here. We kind of do it together. Okay, come on in here, girls. Okay. So we ask, may God bless you and keep you. May God's countenance shine upon you. May God be with you always and grant you peace. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Ken Yiraton, may it be God's will. Shabbat shalom. And thank you for coming. Come, don't be a stranger. Come back. Bring your mom, Deb. She helped bring you to this path as well. All right. So now we're going to move to our Mourner's Kaddish. If you'll turn to page 598. Actually, before that, we're going to do the Yelenu on the bottom of 586. We'll close off the service. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latei gedula liyotzer v'reishi, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzo, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anaknu korim, v'mishtachavim u'modim, lefne melech, Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Notei Shamayim V'Yoser Aretz, U'Moshe V'Yakaru B'Shamayim Ima'al, V'Shechina Aduzo, V'Gov Hei Meromim, Hu Eloheinu Ein Od, Emet Malkeinu Efes Ulato, Kakahatu V'Torato, V'Yadata Hayom V'Hashavota El Levavecha. Ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim b'shamayim bimal ve'al haaretz mitachai ein od ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Please be seated. And now, if you'll turn to page 598, this time we will remember those who have moved on. We are a people of memory and remembering. And if you look at the English, there's no mention of mourning in the mourner's Kaddish. It's all an exaltation of the divine. So if you have someone that you've lost in the last 7 days, will you please rise and say your loved one's name in the last 7 days? The last 30 days, the Shloshim period. Oh, Bob? Sorry to hear. And the last 11 months, if you've lost someone in the last 11 months. Okay. And if you're observing the yard site, the anniversary of a loved one's date, please say, and if you're already standing, raise your hand. Katie and Deb. Out in cyberspace world, please say your names as well. Together as one community, we'll rise and say the Kaddish if you're able on page 598. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divrach yeroteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayeh l'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'tadar v'talev v'talal shemei l'kudashah b'rechu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran ve'alama v'imru Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'kol Yisrael v'imru Oseh shalom v'imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. May God, who is the author of life and death, grant eternal peace to our loved ones, peace to those who are suffering at this time, peace to our entire world, as together we say, Amen. Please be seated. Just some quick announcements. You heard Sisterhood meeting is Tuesday in the building. Dan, your class, your music appreciation class?
April 30th.
April 30th.
Yeah.
That,
We did one this month, yeah.
okay, you already did them for this month, April 30th, after Passover, and while we're in the midst of the counting of the Omer. Mark Tannen's Torah class, always the Thursday prior to a service. Stacy Morse Havdalah, always the last Saturday of the month. What? I said the last Saturday of the month. Isn't that going? This month's going to? She shifted it. Which is the last Saturday. Oh, fine. Oh my gosh, it is the 4th. Do you know what the number 4 equates to? Love. Welcome to Emet. They all tell me what to do, except when I completely forget the Torah portion. Right? Here, Harriet, where did you go? So, okay, the 4th always, the 4th Saturday. It isn't going to change, even if it's a 5 Saturday month. So don't miss it, because Bob and Joy can attest to it if you want to ask them about it. They love Havdalah with Stacy. It's a wonderful thing. It's at 7 p.m. Yes? Okay.
Coming Saturday, right?
This coming Saturday. Yes, that would be the 4th. Thank you, Dan. Yes, this coming Saturday. Thank you to our fabulous musicians, Dan, our musical director, Hilda, our fabulous harpist, Amy, who we have on uke and various other things at times. Thank you to you two up here. It's so wonderful to have you. Thank you to all of you for showing up. Thank you to Jeremy for the food, and Daniela and making sure everything is good and kosher, and Dan is doing his job, and Mark is in the back with Brian doing the sound and everything. So thank you to everybody for that. Most important, we only have, the way we roll, one service left before Passover. Oh my gosh, Oy vey Mayor, how can that be? Yes, it is true. So the first Friday in April, we normally gather at 5, have the service, and then we leave, right? Okay, well, things are going to shake up a little bit. So every month we've had somebody sponsoring some kind of food extravaganza. So Stacy and her mom, Judy, will be sponsoring our last shot, almost, of Emet, a pizza party dinner in honor of the blessed memory of Judy's daughter and Stacy's sister, Patricia. So please come on the first Friday in April. They say they like Vanello's, so that will be the pizza. It's not going to be Whole Foods or Domino's or anything. So please watch your emails for that. But most particularly, get in your reservations for Passover. What is surprising to me is we had more reservations last year at $118 a person than we have this year at $85. We might as well just raise the price. So this is the first year in 15 years that it's going to be a kosher-style Passover. It isn't going to be kosher. However, if kosher meals are needed, you let me know. We will get you your own individual kosher box for Seder. But we will have the usual brisket, chicken, salmon, and also a vegetarian option. So please check your email, please sign up. And the deadline, hard to believe, is rapidly approaching, so please get it to us if you can before April 5th. April 6th, we might open it up to the outside world. So that is very important, please remember that. All right, well, that being said, those of you that are going to come with me to the concert, we will do that. Those of you that are going to stay here and relax and enjoy Shabbat and just hang out, that's good too. And so we will close with Oseh Shalom, Adon Olam. What do you guys want?
Well, we have the harp.
What does that mean? She's great on everything. What does that mean? I love the harp on every single thing we do, but she's going to do her magnificent repeat. We have to hear that again. Are the hands ready? Okay. The sacrifice she makes for Adonai. She has blisters on her fingers, and she's doing that glorious heart. That was a joke. Oh, well, okay, it's full. You know what? I still give it to you. Thank you. Are we ready? Adon Olam, page 625. Are we ready? Adon Olam, Asher Malach, V'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, V'et Nasa, V'chefso Kol, Azai Melech, Shamo Nikra. ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה ותפארה. Rise if you want for the Lord. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Leit Nasa V'chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kikzot HaKol Levado Limlok Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Ve'hu Yeh V'tifara. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Leit Nasa V'chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kikzot HaKol Levado Limlok Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Ve'tifara, ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh, ve'tifara, ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh, ve'tifara, ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh, ve'tifara. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please, Kiddush and Motzi. Thank you to everyone who participated and everyone who's here. Please, let's meet our new people. Harriet, would you please welcome them over? Please come back so I can talk to you at greater length.